sometimes I get so pissed off at you conservatives. What are y'all trying to conserve? I'm so sick and tired of my life and my wife and my boyfriend not telling girls my biological son. I'm still stressing. Woo! My dad got fired for false news? For being the #1 host? Here's what my Christmas gonna be like. I'm gonna get a Toyota instead of a Lexus. I love you, Dad.
I'm so fly, I'm aligned with the planes. My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why would I make time for you lames? At all costs, cause I'm a boss. But break them all, yeah, gotta break them all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Primetime with Alex Stein. Jimmy, what was that clip? What audio was that clip from?
From the Austin show.
I know, but what was the audio picked up from? Was I wearing a mic?
It was from the Rode mic.
That was from the microphone?
Yeah.
I couldn't understand one thing I was saying.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'll put
I had
subtitles.
to check your work, dude. I was like, oh, Jimmy's
I'll
hey,
run it
I want
by.
to just do a little clip because we have a comedy show in Fort Worth. I thought the clip would actually be, like, legible, I guess.
I'm sorry, I'll run it by you next time. I
Whatever.
can understand it, but I guess I'm around you so much that it's easier for me.
Jimmy, have you ever watched any content ever, though? I mean, I don't know.
Never.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. How could you not tell that the audio may be hard to understand for a normal person?
That's on me.
All right, stop showing Jimmy. All right, guys, well, we have a great show. We have Ethan Van Sciver to talk about ComicsGate and to talk about his best friend Nick Rekieta's latest positive news. And we have investigative journalist, independent, what do we call you again?
Field reporter.
National correspondent, Julio Rosas! What is Rosas? Does that mean roses?
I mean, the direct translation, yeah. It could also, rosa could also be pink, but it is more typically roses.
You're trying to hide the fact that you have a gay last name.
Well, I mean, first off, yes, but also not really because it is Pride Month. So
we should celebrate that.
There is no hiding. There's no hiding here, as I've come to find out since being employed here.
No, I love pink. I actually do like the color pink. I'm not just saying that. It's kind of good on my skin tone, of course. You know, I'm a plant-based pimp. You know, I have the softer side. I have a lot of estrogen because I eat a lot of soy. So I identify with the color pink. All right, well, let's see if our guest is ready. Ethan Van Sciver.
We got a couple promos.
All right. Guys, I already said the comedy show. Guys, come see us this Saturday night, June 22nd in Fort Worth. Get tickets at tinyurl.com/newshowFortWorth. Worth. Come see the Pimp on a Blimp, Lila Hart, Charleston White, and we're doing a meet and greet after. So if you live in the DFW area, come say hey. All right, next. What do we got next? All right. Julio, you're Hispanic. You like cerveza?
Okay, see.
Well, this isn't cerveza.
I was going to say, no.
This is liquor.
Is it tequila?
It's not tequila.
Well, then, no, I'm not interested.
Okay, well, for the people that aren't Hispanic, or Hispanic people that like other alcohols other than tequila, well, you support the troops as a veteran, correct? Or
yeah. Well, yeah, of course. I feel like we've been through this before.
I think I've asked you these questions before. Yeah, because we've done this ad before.
Do you only do this ad when I'm here?
I only do this ad when you're here.
There we go.
Okay. Well, if you like alcohol and you support the troops, which you said yes to both, you'll love our next sponsor. It's a liquor that donates to Folds of Honor. Since 2007, Folds of Honor has provided life-changing scholarships to the spouses and children of America's fallen or disabled in combat. In 2023, this was extended to include the families of fallen first responders. They've awarded 51,000 scholarships and more than $200 million so far. FlyingAce is aligned with Folds of Honor to ensure the children of our American heroes receive the education they deserve. As proud supporters of Folds of Honor, FlyingAce has had the privilege of providing hope for the families of those who protect our freedom, as well as providing scholarships. Go to flyingacespirits.com or go to the link in the description. When you purchase a bottle of FlyingAce, you will also be donating to Folds of Honor. Make sure to use promo code PRIMETIME and get free shipping on every order. That's flyingacespirits.com, promo code PRIMETIME. I can't speak because I bit my lip trying to do a bit because I did a bunch of dental work and my whole left side was numb, and then I tried to eat a burrito, which you're used to, and I bit my lip.
More of a tacos guy, actually.
Remember when you said a bunch of racial jokes and tried to get me canceled last time you were on the show?
You want me to do it again?
No, please.
Okay. I mean, because I can.
You're talking about your back and the perspiration on it.
Mojado?
What is that?
What?
Oh my gosh, dude, this is.
It's in Spanish. It doesn't count. It doesn't count. It's in Spanish.
Okay, well, speaking of Spaniards, this next guy is a creator. Wait, we now welcome on the creator of Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Is that? I don't think that's Ethan's title. Is that?
That's his YouTube.
Okay, well, Ethan is the creator of ComicsGate. He also got canceled in his small community for basically being a conservative Trump supporter. So Ethan knows what it's like to get canceled. Let's bring on the one, the only, the infamous Ethan Van Sciver. Ethan!
This is the Alex Stein show. I'm finally allowed on the Alex Stein show.
Yeah, you're allowed. Eric, I gave approval, so you're good to go. So Eric said it's A-OK.
Thank you, Eric. Finally, you make a good decision, a good business decision.
There you go. See, now we're putting over Eric.
Alex?
No, I'm good. Okay, we got to talk. Ethan, obviously you and I are good friends, but you're also good friends with Nick. And, you know, I don't want to sit here and talk about Nick.
Not like you, though. I'm better friends with you. I saw you calling me Nick's best friend. I'm here to renounce and denounce.
No, do not denounce, because you were right the whole time,
Too late. I'm here to denounce him. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I've told that guy so many times, and I tell everybody in my audience, just say no. Just say no. And if some savvy 9-year-old comes up to you slinging cocaine, what's it called?
Cocaine, yayo, booger sugar.
You're supposed
Snow
to
White.
say no. I don't care. I don't care how cool and slick and fast talking that 9-year-old is. You say no, thank you. I do not use drugs.
Well,
I've said this all along.
No, you were right this whole time. Wait, hold on. Let me just say this, Ethan. You were right this whole time. And the only reason that Nick was spiraling or Kayla was having problems is they have a 9-year-old allegedly that's addicted to smack, and that would make me hard as a parent if I had a 9-year-old that was, you know,
I'm sorry, that would
out.
make you hard as a parent?
It would make it hard, yes, it wouldn't make me erectilely hard, but it would make my life challenging. Is the thing I was trying to say.
It would make your life so much easier. If your kid was addicted to cocaine at the age of 9, he should pick up his fucking clothes off the ground, right? Am I allowed to say the F word?
No, yeah, you can cuss, but that doesn't make sense.
Doing chores?
Yeah, I mean, crackheads usually are pretty clean because they can clean up stuff and take care of business. They can, like, take apart a refrigerator.
Get to work.
Yeah.
You're on cocaine. You should be hyper motivated to get things done. That's why most people do cocaine.
And let's be real, it's not fentanyl, so who cares? I mean, why are we going to beat this guy up?
Oh, it's like a beer, please. A little cocaine these days.
Okay.
I've never tried cocaine. I've always said no.
Have you really never tried it, Ethan? Have you really never tried it? Come on, don't be.
I've never tried it, man. Never.
The devil's dandruff. You've never been offered the devil's dandruff ever once, and you just kind of took it.
No, and by the way, that just shows you how boring my friends are. I have friends like you. Now, you've never offered me cocaine, yayo, not even once.
Well, yeah, because I don't want to go to jail. So what do you think's going to happen? We're not going to beat up Nick the whole time, but more stuff's going to keep coming out. Like, what do you think Nick's going through right now on a serious note? Because I don't wish him any ill will.
Oh, yes, you do.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that? I really don't.
Oh, Alex.
Why would I want him to
all kinds of ill? And I didn't even know this about you. I had no idea that you were that you had some kind of a problem or issue with Nick Rekieta.
I don't.
I thought you were nose guarding. You're not nose guarding?
No, I don't have an issue with Nick at all. But this is why I'm interested in it. I've known Steel Toe Aaron for a while. Aaron's would comment on my videos, and I got mad at him one time. Then I came on.
Oh, you're friends with that guy?
Well, internet friends. He's not my best friend, but So when this whole story came out, I watched this guy by the name of Patrick Melton. You've never heard of Patrick Melton, have you?
No.
He does this show called NLO. Well, he's been A-logging Steel Toe for the past year. This Aaron guy that was wife swapping with Nick, and the whole time.
Seems like a great guy.
He's a really good guy, yes. You don't want Patrick coming after you. But my point is, this whole time that they were looking at the streams that Aaron was doing, they would say, oh, they're wife swapping with their Requietas. Oh, they're on blow. Oh, they're drinking. And come to find out, all of that was true. So it's not even about Nick's connection. It's just that I'm in this thing called the Dabbleverse, and Steel Toe's in the Dabbleverse. It's like somebody in ComicsGate, right? Not everybody knows him, but people are famous.
Are you in the rippaverse too?
I am in the Rippaverse. I'm in the Rippaverse, and we're going to get into Riley and that. Wait, real quick, before we get into the Rippaverse, which we will, what do we have any other Nick Rekieta stuff?
We have his latest video.
Okay, let's just play a clip and get a little reaction.
Oh, this should be
I know
good.
People want to draw conclusions from whatever's going on. And look, there's no way around it. There's nothing to say other than people will get to draw their conclusions from what they read. I'm not here to fight. you guys at all. I'm not here to fight your conclusions. I'm not here to fight or justify or prove anything. I don't need to do that for you. Believe it or not, a lot of really well-meaning friends want me to do that. And these people are lawyers, which is shocking. They want me. I'll say it this way. They say, Nick, you need to do X, Y, and Z because of your YouTube channel and your online image. And my response is, sir, madam, I don't know if you know this, but the lowest priority in my life right now is my public image for the purposes of YouTube and Rumble. So any of you who want me to come out here and like do some weird grandiose apology or prostrate myself in front of you, let me just help you with my public image right now. Fuck you.
See, even though he might be wife swapping, he's married to the streaming game, because even after the arrest, I don't know, is that a smart thing to do?
Yeah, he's married to. No, it's not smart. What do you think about? Does he owe his audience an apology, Ethan?
I don't know. I don't care. I think he owes probably. I don't think so. I think he has to deal with his family problems. In all seriousness, it's like I'm not sure who he owes an apology to.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't owe anybody an apology.
He doesn't.
Yeah, I'm saying maybe he does. I mean, I'm not saying that, but maybe he doesn't. I mean, hey, let's be real. I'm not even trying to nose guard, but if the way they got this warrant, it seemed like a bunch of people were gossiping about him and kind of went behind his back. I think a better way to handle that would be like an intervention or addressing him personally, not having like in-laws and stuff, rally support with the cops behind your back. So I'm actually empathetic to him. I do feel like he was kind of targeted. I know that sounds crazy, but he was targeted for good reasons because they had blow.
Well, my understanding it was mandatory reporters who noticed.
Yeah, but I'm saying who told the mandatory reporter, right? Somebody gossiped.
Didn't the kids?
I don't think so. The kids didn't say anything, did they, Ethan? Or I'm under the impression that it was people within his church, that he was acting bad at his church and like the pastor.
Yeah, because the pastor was a mandatory.
Is that who it was?
You guys can find out on Kiwi Farms if you have any questions.
Okay, all right. We don't have to talk about Nick the whole time.
What are you asking me for? Yeah.
What I'm saying, I think they locked that thread. But I'm just saying, he did he got tattletaled on, right? I mean, he got pulled over 4 or 5 times. The cops never did a search. He probably had blow in the car then. I mean, allegedly, I don't know. But it's not like he got arrested prior with drugs and they did a wellness check. They did a wellness check before. They were correct on their suspicions, I'm guessing. But still, it kind of would suck to get a warrant for your arrest and you didn't even get caught necessarily committing a crime. So I guess I am empathetic to that. Do you see what I'm saying, Julio? Do you not understand what I'm saying?
I'm just wondering what happened to the ceiling cats. That's what I want to know.
He had cats in his ceiling?
No, it's a little niche reference. But
yeah, I don't know. Do you think that like maybe one of his family members wore a wire in his house ever, Ethan, or anything like that? Do you think it went that far?
Probably the 6-year-old did, yeah.
You have to admit, that is pretty bad. Well, Nick sent that message to, Josh Moon, and said that it was just cocaine on the outside of the body. The kid didn't ingest it, so it's okay. Do you agree with that statement?
No, I do not agree with that statement. I think the kid was probably definitely ingesting it.
Was he freebasing? Do you think the kid was freebasing?
Yeah, can you, yeah, sure. Freebasing cocaine.
You just get foil and a little straw, and then you cook it. And, it's actually...
These kids, you know what? I mean, you can cook a little cocaine, but you can't cook yourself a sandwich or some lunch. That was one of the things that I was saying, Alex. I was like, you're freebasing cocaine. Why don't you freebase a little bit of Kraft macaroni and cheese for your brothers and sisters? And, I'm the bad guy here.
No, you are the bad.
I'm the one saying these.
You are the bad guy
ridiculous.
Because Steel Toe, Aaron, he would go on his podcast before they even got busted for the blow. Before they got busted for that, he went on his podcast and he would talk about how the Rikietas were I can't even say it with a straight face, that he would cook the kids. You had to see this, SpaghettiOs. And so this was like a month-long thing.
So disgusting.
I know, it's so disgusting, but this is before anybody got busted with blow or anything. They'd be like, what kind of household is over there where Aaron Immoltz is making them SpaghettiOs? You need some YouTuber, with 500 fans to cook your kids SpaghettiOs. And like, that was a narrative that was on the internet that was making me laugh, but then come to find out it was actually much more sinister. Like, the parents weren't microwaving cans of SpaghettiOs. Apparently, I don't know, but I think the pantry was full of food. So to your theory, that is true. And I think a kid probably should learn how to microwave a Hot Pocket. That's not that hard. even for a 6-year-old.
Yeah,
I figured
you
it out
start
at
out with a
6.
lighter and under a spoon, right? And then, the next step is learning how to cook a can of Chef Boyardee, something or other.
Okay.
Shouldn't be that hard. Not a big ask.
All right. Well, Nick Rekieta, we wish you the best. I wish you the best. Okay, now I got to talk to you about some real stuff, ComicsGate. You have been one of the leaders in the ComicsGate drama. And, of course, my good friend, Eric July, a guy that I have his back, a guy that's super successful. Why do...
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm saying, why is it when a person that goes and tries to troll him gets arrested, Riley, we can maybe show something. When Riley gets arrested... There is literally 200 tweets, I think I counted. I mean, I didn't count them, but just in my head kind of took, a numeric number in my head, saying, why is Eric July friends with Alex Stein? Why doesn't Eric July call the cops on Alex Stein? Is there not a noticeable difference between me and Riley? I know we have some shticky stuff that is similar, but don't you think Riley's going to his ancestors' burial grounds and just, doing weird stuff? Don't you think that's a little different than me calling somebody a big booty Latina, Ethan?
Absolutely no difference whatsoever. And I think you would have urinated on AOC had you had the chance.
I would not. I mean, no,
You definitely
I would not.
would have, Alex.
No, I would not. I would think about it for a second, then I would say, no, this is bad. This is disgusting.
The only difference between you and this guy is your show, your big show for the Blaze at a giant novelty pair of scissors, which you don't own yet. But if you could find a reason for it, you would definitely get one.
Well,
for real.
This is why I also want to bring it up. I don't know the backstory. I've been, seeing it, finding it, behind the 8 ball, and no Nick Rekieta reference. That's not a Nick Rekieta reference. I'm not referencing Nick Rekieta's drug use. I'm just saying I was behind the 8 ball, which is an amount of cocaine. It's 1/8 of an ounce of cocaine that people often buy, but I'm not referencing him. But I was behind the 8 ball on information about Riley and the beef. So Eric had a pre-existing warrant. Is that the case? Because I'm telling you, I was with Eric at that party. He shook hands with 400 people. He was not even looking outside. And I didn't even see, if I would have saw Riley getting arrested, I would have walked out there. My family's in the bail bond business. I would have actually tried to help the guy get out of jail, to be honest, just because that's my nature. That's what I do.
You're a good guy.
Well, we don't have to go that far, but my point is, I didn't see it happening because there was 400 people in this event. It was packed, Ethan. It was too packed. It was so packed, I was sweating in there because the AC unit, there were so many people in the event that it was like 90 degrees in there, because even the fire department came because we were over the total occupancy. That's how popular this event was. So I really don't think Eric was dialing 911 or calling the cops on Riley during the event. As a matter of fact, I would bet, all the money I have on that.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. Not at all.
Well, what do you think happened? Because Eric's security or what? I mean, why did Riley get arrested? He had a warrant. Is that the real reason Riley got arrested?
Well, I don't know. We can only suppose. People saying I don't think Eric July personally called the police. To me, that's what's known as like a red herring. Is that what it's called? A red herring?
I don't know. Is that what that's called? Jimmy probably knows. Jimmy went to Princeton. He went to Ivy League school. Is that what a red herring is?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, well, Eric didn't call the cops. No, I don't think he did either. I think he and his security detail. Eric says he has a security detail.
He does. He has, and I didn't realize that he has a very serious security detail. And if I had this many fans, rabid fans that he had, and some hate, obviously Riley's not a great fan. He probably needs it. Like I can go out and I get approached. It was different, dude. It was kind of different vibes. There were a lot of. And this is no disrespect to the people that are at the event. There were some oddballs there. There were some people there. I was like, this guy looks a little, you know what I mean? It's just you're at a comic book event. I mean, 95% of the people look great. They're fun. But there are some people that are dressed weird, that are acting a little weird, that a normal person would be like, okay, this guy seems like he might be off his medication.
Sure, that's a typical comic book event. You can't go around San Diego Comic-Con arresting every single clown who's handing out bad comic books outside of the event. That's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thing to do. It's a public event. Sure, you have to have a RSVP to enter. But, running around with the cell phone outside of an event like that where silly people that you just described might be gathering, sounds like something you'd do.
I would do that.
I'm surprised you were there, but you were there with the silly people. You weren't there to actually, chronicle it, and document it, and make fun of it. Which is pretty much all Riley was doing. Now, Riley apparently did have 2 warrants out, and they were both, as far as I know, established by Eric July, who said initially that he did not fear Riley, but he would kill him, allegedly, if he showed up, or he'd be right to air him out, whatever that means. That could mean, that's hibbity-jibbity. I don't know what air out means.
Well, I think Riley's pretty harmless, but if you had a guy going to your ancestor's grave and they came to your house or they came to your place of business, you don't think that would make you a little upset? I'm just, let's just be honest. I'm sure you have weird people that don't like you. I have weird people that don't like me. If they show up to my house, that is a little alarming, I would say, just for anybody.
To be honest with you, we're in the weeds here.
We are in the weeds because him going to the public event, I don't think that big a deal because it's a public event. But like going to your house, even the business, it's kind of iffy.
He didn't go to his house.
He has not been to his house.
He didn't go to the grave either. That was somebody else. That was another YouTuber. And if you actually look at the picture of that YouTuber, he's slender. He's like your friend there.
He's like Julio. Is he Hispanic? Is he Hispanic as well?
I don't know if he's Hispanic because he was wearing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mask in the photograph, but he clearly wasn't Riley, who weighs quite a bit, who's built a little bit more like me. If I went there, you would recognize that it was me. You'd say, oh, look, it's a guy shaped like Grimace. That's definitely Ethan Van Sciver or somebody like him. You would not mistake him for a guy that looks like I'm sorry, I forgot your friend's name. Julio. You would not say, that's Julio. You could never mistake him.
That's true. So the grave thing wasn't Riley. Okay, well then
somebody else did it, and it was applied. Riley was being accused of something somebody else did. The urination thing was fabricated, manufactured whole cloth. That never happened. And Riley's the type of guy, I'm afraid, who when accused of such things, will say, yes, it was me, and I'm going to do it again, and it's going to be even worse this time.
And I've done that because it's like somebody else does a troll, and it's like people accuse me of being in videos with my wife's boyfriend Ontarius, and I don't say no, right? Because I want them the impression that I was in it, because it's not that he did it, but he kind of wants the impression that Riley was a part of it, so it seems like he's trolling him harder. So I get that kind of weird position that Riley's in, where he didn't do that. And Mint is nice. They're both pretty nice. How do we mend the fences? How do we get you and Eric July to mend the fences? Honestly, like, what would you want? What could we do? Because it seems like you guys were once friends, and honestly, you guys are mad about this comic book, but you've had comics, Cyberfrog, you got multiple comics. Art is subjective. Because you don't like it doesn't mean other people can't like it. So like, why is there so much strife?
I think there's so much strife because it grew naturally and organically over Eric July just being absolutely allergic to criticism. I understand that we don't like where our criticism comes from sometimes. There's certain individuals that I really dislike, and when they criticize me or my work, I might be like, ugh. But those people, the criticism that they're offering is usually pretty valid.
Wait, time out though, Ethan. You're mad because you can't take criticism. Nobody likes to be criticized. Nobody. Who likes to, honestly,
nobody does.
Nobody. I hate it. Yeah. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm not even trying to nose guard, and I'm not trying to reference Nick Rekieta at all. I'm not trying to nose guard for
beard
Eric.
Guard for Eric.
Beard guard. I'm not trying to beard guard. I'm just saying, when people criticize me, I'm like, F you, dude. Blocked. You suck. I mean, you're right. There's a thing called constructive criticism that you should take. That can help. I get that. But come on, dude. It's gone probably past the level of constructive criticism right now, when people are like showing up to your ancestors' graves. I mean, don't you think that there is a little difference between not being able to take criticism and being like bullied online?
It all comes from that, though, Alex. Like, first of all, when it comes to constructive criticism, you're now in the world of art. You're creating art, and you have to learn, as somebody who's kind of a layman at art, somebody who's new to it, how to accept criticism gracefully. And it's something that you should do. It's something that Eric doesn't seem to want to do or know how to do. And the other thing is, when it comes to Riley, like, Riley set up this thing called Clippaverse, where he's like, I'm going to shave your back or something like that. He wanted to shave Eric's back. It was a joke. And so he created a parody, Clippaverse, of Eric's Rippaverse logo. And he set up some kind of a Teespring store, and he had a Clippaverse Twitter page. And Eric false DMCA struck both of those. Now, there are two different kinds of criticism. You got somebody making fun of you, lampooning you, parodying you, and you've got actual art criticism, and Eric can't handle either of those. And all of these problems ballooned out of those two problems, those two initial setbacks there. And, you know, I don't think you would like it. I think, you know, you would like to be able to lampoon and parody people without them taking down your Twitter and your business. I think that would be really difficult for you, somebody with your sense of humor.
That's true.
Well, that's what happened to Riley, and Riley's upset about it. He wants an apology for it.
And I don't think Riley should be arrested unless he actually did something, threaten him, which I don't think that's the case. So I mean on that part.
He's protesting him.
Yeah, he's protesting, which that should be his First Amendment right to do that. So has Eric ever criticized you? I mean, how does it feel when you get criticized by Eric?
Listen, I am uncriticizable by Eric, but other people have criticized me before, and it sucks. But you kind of go, you should know as a creative person, somebody who's close to your own work, like, yeah, this person has a point, and wow, I didn't see it that way before. Let me accept this criticism, maybe internalize it and get better the next time. You don't have to necessarily come out and acknowledge these things, but what you don't do is do a 3-hour live stream taking apart the criticism piece by piece and screaming, which is what Eric did, and it was embarrassing.
Yeah, but you do a stream every night about Eric. I mean, who gives a shit? I mean,
this was before that. I do the stream now because of that.
Yeah, you have a huge audience. You have to admit, Ethan, I'm not even trying to kiss your butt. Dude, your audience is huge. I mean, right now,
they love it.
You're very successful in what you're doing. And you were successful before that. So when you're drawing X-Men or you're drawing real Marvel stuff, you know, did you get criticized with that a lot? I mean, was that good?
Tons of course.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So are you just mad because you had to pay your dues, and in your mind, Eric didn't have to pay those same dues? He didn't have to get yelled at by Marvel executives or whatever?
No, I'm not. I think my thing is more about the indie comics market and, you know, community broadly. When Eric is telling people and they're listening to him because he's very successful, that there are two types of criticisms, and they're bad faith or good faith. And bad faith criticisms can just be rejected summarily because they were made in bad faith. I think that's a really terrible message for some of the young creative people who I promote and who I'm supporting and trying to allow their comics to grow. These people listen to him because he's had a successful campaign, and they go, well, he must be correct. There must be two different forms of criticism, and we should only listen to criticism that comes in good faith, in other words, from people who love us, like our mommies, and criticism from people who are looking to destroy our business, you know, can be rejected because who needs to listen to people who hate you? It's the other way around. I mean, there's good faith, there's actual valid criticism, and there's invalid criticism. That there is the crux of my problem with Eric, and from there, it's kind of expounded out.
I know it's expanded out there, but dude, that crux seems. I know, but I want to get into it. Doesn't that crux seem kind of small? You don't like the way he takes criticism. I mean, weren't you guys friends at one point, Ethan? Didn't he ask your help? Yeah.
Yeah, we were friends. Yeah.
And we're throwing that all away because of a way. I don't handle criticism very well either. I don't want to stop being your friend.
Well, then don't send me a text message saying, if you come out in public appearing to criticize me again, I'm going to turn the internet on you, which is what Eric did. Is that what Eric
said? Eric said that to you?
That's what Eric said
to
me.
Well, you know, that's the problem is that when he says that, though, and I would have told Eric not to do that because he can turn part of the internet on you, but you can also turn part of the internet on him. That's how the internet works, you know? So, yeah, that's not...
Comic Wars, everyone. Comic Wars.
This is the Comic Wars. You've heard of Star Wars. Now we got the Comic Wars. Okay, I know you're busy, so we'll only keep you for a couple more minutes, and we got to get to my guy, Julio. So I say this to you, and I don't know if I said this to Eric personally, but as hard as you work on Cyberfrog, you've worked on, you know, some of these biggest franchises. Eric has Isom, Yara, all these big... You guys will never be as big as, will never create a character as memorable as Sonichu. So tell me a little bit about the Sonichu medallion. Do you think that has cursed Nick Rekieta ever since he put that on?
I just found out about this. Yeah, evidently it did. Don't ever put on the Sonichu medallion. Clearly, like all of his problems, really, his whole countenance changed. It took him over.
iDubbbz put it on too. iDubbbz put it on when he right after Content Cop or whatever that was called. In his life.
You're kidding.
No.
It's pretty normal.
No, the Sonichu, so it was written by a guy that banged his mom. What do you think about Chris Chan banging his mom?
Banging her mom.
Oh, yeah, she's trans.
She is transgendered, a woman. Yes. There's no difference between Chris Chan and any crazy woman that has sex with their own parent.
And you're okay with that, or you think that's disgusting?
Well, I'm just saying, you know, we want to respect pronouns, please.
And the Phillies, are they any good this year? I see you go to a lot of Phillies games. Are they even any good this year?
They're number one. Yeah,
no, they're not.
actually,
no, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Fact
They're
check
the
that,
best.
Jimmy.
Well,
Are the
at least in
Phillies the
their
best in the National League?
Checking right now.
They're the best at blowing it.
Yeah, I mean, and you live near Philadelphia?
Yeah.
You know, I was an extra on
across
It's
the
Always
bridge.
Sunny in Philadelphia. Did we talk about this already last time?
No, were you really?
Yes.
Oh, my
Phil-
goodness.
Phillies are number one.
Phillies are number one. Congratulations. You got to watch Frank's brother episode. You'll see him in it. I have 2 different cameos in it. So tell us about, if you live close to Philly, Philly's wild. What are some of your wildest experiences in Philly?
Yesterday, 2 days ago, was Gay Pride Night at the stadium, and they turned everything rainbow. And my son wanted to get me a Father's Day gift and was unaware that it was Gay Pride Night.
Wait, time out. You just accidentally went on Gay Pride Night. First of all, the Rangers, the only team. Wait, let me hold on. I want to hear you say, but the Rangers are the only team that didn't have a Gay Pride parade or whatever Pride Night last year, and they won the World Series. But you just accidentally ended up at the Pride Night. It's just like how people accidentally go to Disney.
Accidentally showed up there in a
Gay
feathered
night.
boa. You know, and all
So
this
what did you have
stuff
to do?
wearing-
Did you have to show your penis to the security guard to get in?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they pierce your penis like at the gate, which I was like, hold on a second, I don't want one of these. These are aggressive piercings. All kinds of stuff like that. But they, it was. I guess the seats were kind of inexpensive. There weren't a lot of people that showed up,
and
so my
tickets
son
were a
was so
lot
happy.
cheaper on Gay Night. Hey, your son's smart. I mean, you still get to see the Phillies play. It's just you got to do it around, your 20,000 homosexual men. That makes it a little more fun, though.
The Philadelphia Gay Men's Chorus sang the national anthem.
No, they did not. So you're sitting there and
Yes,
you're
they
watching the
did.
Gay Men's Chorus sing with your son. You're trying to share America's pastime with
Happy
your
Father's Day, Dad.
Happy Father's.
Yeah.
Wait, they did it on Father's Day, or it was your Father's
Well, it
Day
was
gift?
the day after. It was Monday.
Oh,
It
but
was
that's
the
because gay guys hate
show.
their dads. That's what that's all about. That's why they did that.
I guess probably. Who knows? But yeah, it was interesting.
All right, we're gonna let you go, but this is the last thing I want to say. I do wish Nick the best. You've been accused of nose guarding. Are you nose guarding? I guess that's my last question. Are you nose guarding? Because why not protect Nick if he's your real friend? Like if my friend got in trouble, I would have his back. I mean, that's how friends should be, in my opinion.
I'm
well, no,
friendly
child
with him.
abuse, but we don't know that he's
No.
abusing
Alleged,
his children.
sorry.
Yeah, this
Sorry,
is all
alleged.
alleged child abuse.
Alleged.
We've heard stuff. We don't know what's really happened. So, maybe not throw the baby out with the bathwater. No offense, that's not a child abuse joke, but go ahead.
Yeah, Nick's been very kind to me. So I don't have any reason to viciously turn on him and put a knife in his back. I think that I've experienced that quite a bit from people that I've been kind to, and they've just, when it was convenient, put a knife in my back. I'm not anxious to do that to anyone myself, but as more of these allegations come out, it is kind of sad, and it's outside of my or your control what ends up happening to Nick, and whatever happens to him via the justice system. I'm going to nod my head like this. And that's it.
So it's okay if I get arrested with almost an ounce of cocaine and my kids test positive, but if I can't take criticism while online, you're not going to be my friend. It's at the Ethan Van Sciver level.
If you can't take criticism, you fall into my jurisdiction. Anything other than that, it's the justice system, and that's the way it goes.
Do you think Nick takes criticism well? Last question.
Obviously, yes. Yeah, I do think he takes criticism well. It's one of his strengths. He laughs it off. He accepts it. He's very funny about it.
And the last point I want to make, I do think Nick, if he gets his head back on straight, which I don't know if he's doing that right now, but I do think he can come back and be if not, this is going to be, if he doesn't get his head back on straight, regardless of how bad he spirals, they're going to make a Netflix documentary about this, and there's going to be 10 different online documentary YouTube people. So this story it's reality is stranger than fiction. Hollywood couldn't have written a story. And I said this earlier about a guy that follows, the biggest trials, and then he ends up becoming famous from it and then having a public trial that's online. And basically the community that he created is going to be covering his own trial. Like, Hollywood would not even be creative enough to write that story.
Yeah, it's really interesting, man. It's a great story looking from the outside in. But again, I'm worried about his kids, and I'm worried about him and his little family. I hope his little family's able to get clean, or, whatever it takes. If he has to go to jail, serve some time, and then come out and fix everything, get his family together. I think everybody's hoping that. I hope.
I think everybody is, except for Aaron Amolte, because he took his wife, which rightfully so. Do you think it would be easy to be in a throuple, though? I mean, don't you think that'd be hard to balance two girls at once?
I see you're setting my whole imagination on fire here.
So you would like that? Is that an Ethan Van Sciver fantasy? Would you like to have 2 women? I think that's too many.
2 women with 1 cup?
I was raised Mormon, Alex. Listen.
Oh, so you love it? Oh my gosh.
Might be too few. You just walk around and just ask, all right, who doesn't have a headache tonight? It sounds great.
Well, Sister Wives was my favorite reality show. Ethan, thank you for giving us time. I hope you and Eric can rekindle your friendship. But until then, I'll just be the guy trying to, I guess, mend the fences. That's what I am. I want to be like a mediator in all of it if I can. And I want to stop being. I
hope that happens.
I want people to stop saying I should be arrested and Eric July should throw me in jail. I don't know why everybody says that. Why would Eric want me in jail? That's the stupidest own. But I get 10 tweets a day about that. So I went to Barstool Sports. Shouldn't Eric disavow Alex Stein because I ran into Barstool Sports and Riley taped a $20 bill to his thing? It's like, okay, all right. They're different, but.
I don't think Eric wants you in jail, just the entire Democratic Party.
Yeah, AOC wants me in jail. She probably will put me in jail. Ethan, thank you for coming on. We'll talk again soon. Keep grinding, keep shining. Talk to you later.
My friend.
All right, guys. So, voter fraud. Obviously, guys, we have problems with our election. I mean, the world's greatest woman and majority owner of the world's largest collection of blackmail and mercenaries, Hillary Clinton, had her election stolen right out from under her. It's a damn shame. That's why Sarah Gonzalez and the Blaze Originals team went all the way to Michigan to investigate their newly changed election laws that I'm sure will have absolutely no impact on the outcomes of the 2024 election. Everything is definitely on the up and up over there. We're going to talk about dead voters, voter ID laws, and George Soros-funded secretaries of state. It's available this Thursday only on Blaze TV. Voter Fraud Exposed, how elections can be stolen. Use code VOTERFRAUD at blazeoriginals.com/Stein to get $30 off your annual subscription to Blaze TV. Go support my girl, Sarah. Okay, sorry, Julio. You know, we had to talk about all this drama.
Alex, can you remind everyone to smash that like button for me?
Yes, hit the like button. We got over 1,000 people watching. How many likes do we have? Only less than 500 likes. Everybody hit that like button. It's not that hard. It's free to hit that like button. So, you were recently at a protest in Washington, D.C., is that correct?
That is correct. So the anti-Israel, pro-Hamas crowd went to surround the White House.
Are you anti-Israel yourself, or are you on their side, or what is your position?
I told you this. I'm for whatever causes riots.
Well, the reason why I say this, the reason why I even asked if you're anti-Israel, obviously, right now, Benjamin Netanyahu says that Israel is America's, biggest ally. And now he's having a speech, I think, on the 24th in front of Congress.
Yep.
And a lot of other politicians are going to boycott that speech. And I'm kind of surprised by that because Israel does have so much influence. So is the tide turning? Are people becoming less supportive of Israel, you think?
From kind of what I've seen, I think so. And I think more than...
I think so too. But go ahead.
And just more than anything, I mean, because just the amount of monetary support we give.
It's like $7 billion, which is a lot, but we give Ukraine hundreds of billions. So, I mean...
Well, right. And so I think it's so, obviously people can think what they want, but... understandably, people look at what's happening here in the States, and the state that it's in.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, why are we giving so much money, not just Israel, but just,
foreign countries
in general. And I sympathize with kind of that line of thinking, just in general. But like I said, if giving defense aid to Israel causes people here in the States to riot, I'm all in.
Well, that's the reason why I ask is because these protests are intense. And like, I've been to a few of these, you've gone to a lot of them. And it just sounds so crazy, but I do think these Palestinian people, like, they want something to happen. I think there's going to be something bad that happens at one of these demonstrations because they feel that they're getting, treated so bad that this is their only option.
Well, because with Netanyahu coming to Congress,
they're provoking.
They're we've had J6, we might have J24. Because
So they want the Palestinian protesters to run through Congress? That's a conspiracy?
No, they've already advertised that they're going to try to surround the Capitol and shut down D.C.
So the Palestinian Liberation Movement, whatever you want to call it, and it has different names, is going to be there on the 24th when Netanyahu is speaking, is what you're saying?
Yes. And they're going to put out all the stops on for that one. So.
And this is a comedy show, but I hate to break news to you. If something bad was going to happen, that would be the place. And I hope nothing bad happens, but... Now thinking about it, it would make sense that they would protest Netanyahu's speech.
Yeah.
And if they were going to do something, that's when they would do it.
Well, yeah, and so I mean, this is something like you said, it's a comedy show, but I mean, I've been saying this for a long time that their tactics are only going to escalate from this because I mean, the White House protest happened the day it was announced that they rescued the hostages, or rescued some hostages. Israel did, and there were
270 people died to rescue 4 hostages, right?
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. That's so bad, right? I mean, you got to kill 300 people to get 4 people.
Well, I think a majority of those that were killed were
bad people. Yeah,
were shooting at because I mean, you've seen the videos. There's a crap ton of gunfire.
Of course,
that's happening.
I don't want any gunfire. You know, that's what if I could choose, I would just be like, hey, let's just not have gunfire. But I don't get to choose. You know, I mean, that's how I would handle that.
You're doing the why can't we be friends approach?
Exactly. What I would do is I would legalize marijuana in the Gaza Strip, and we would smoke the peace pipe. Like the Native Americans used to do. They would have rival tribes, and instead of killing each other, sometimes they were savages, they would kill each other. But oftentimes, different tribal leaders could meet up, and they would smoke opium, they would smoke all kinds of medicinal herbs and plants. And
13 herbs and spices?
Thanksgiving, Indians. Who doesn't like turkey legs?
I mean, I do.
Popcorn. They said Indians created that, right?
I don't think they did.
Jimmy, look that up.
They did.
They always taught us that, right?
Yep.
Wait, they did?
Yeah.
Popcorn?
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever
they had microwaves back then?
Yeah, they had God's microwave, the sun.
Did the Orville Redenbacher, what's it called? The one where you put it over a fire and it pops
Jiffy
up?
Pop.
Jiffy Pop, yeah.
They had Jiffy Pop.
Okay.
They had Jiffy Pop.
I must have missed that in
Well, they don't teach you about the Trail of
Pocahontas.
Tears. Do you know about the Trail of Tears?
Yeah.
What do you know about it?
Know that there was a lot of crying, hence the Trail of Tears. Oh my God.
You know, they would hunt buffaloes, and they didn't even need the hides or the skulls, but they just wanted to starve the savages.
Oh, well, yeah.
Pretty bad. Is that similar to Israel limiting supplies to the Gaza Strip?
In what way?
Starving your opponent, starving the person you're trying to take out.
Well, actually, not to be that guy, not to be the
Debunk me.
The debunker.
Yes.
Well, apparently apparently there was no actual famine happening because I mean they were bringing.
You're talking about the Native Americans didn't have famine?
No, I'm talking about Gaza. What are you talking about?
Oh, there's no famine in Gaza, but
apparently,
all the McDonald's are closed in Gaza, from what I read.
Well, because they're all bombed out now.
Yeah. Well, no McDonald's. If all the McDonald's closed in America, we would starve.
Well, I mean, you would.
I would starve.
Yeah, I was gonna say you would. Yeah, I would. I
people.
haven't eaten McDonald's in quite some time. I'm not a huge fan.
Okay, Mister, I'm so perfect. I don't like.
No, I'm not
McDonald's.
saying.
The
No,
majority of Americans love McDonald's. Why do you think it's the #1 restaurant in the world? Because people don't like it, or because people like it?
No, people like it.
Okay, so we would die if we didn't have McDonald's, and they don't have McDonald's on the Gaza Strip. So that's what I'm going to try to do, Jimmy. Mark this down. We're going to open up a McDonald's on the Gaza Strip.
Got it. And legalize marijuana.
And legalize marijuana.
McDonald's and weed. Got it.
And they go together. Have you had the new Grandma McFlurry at McDonald's?
That sounds like something I would look up on Urban Dictionary.
It's so good. No, it's a real thing. It's caramel and butterscotch topping. Oh, I've had 6 of them today almost, and they're so good. So if you guys do go to McDonald's, try the Grandma McFlurry. Okay, so let's go back to the Palestinian New York versus D.C. protests. Which did you think were hairier? Do we have a clip that we want to play, Jimmy?
Oh, we have 2 clips.
Okay, let's play. Is the first one New York, I'm guessing?
I believe so.
No,
yes.
this one's DC.
Let's see. I think we got both. This is DC.
That's DC. So that's
DC.
That's the statue of Rochambeau.
Do you have a big enough watermark on there?
Well, it's kind of tough to place these watermarks because, but I think I'm going to have to start putting it in the middle because a lot of people did rip it.
Yeah, they rip it. Yeah, AOC took off my watermark.
Yeah, which is...
I think the best way to put it, but I guess you want people to see it.
I want people to see what's happening.
It's almost better to put it vertical. I know that's weird because it like covers up more. I know that's weird.
I don't know.
But then it looks kind of boo-boo.
But it's also kind of weird because I did have to go shoot vertical because, this is the statue, so...
it makes sense. And that almost goes more viral because it looks more authentic. You know, that's how like...
I hate shooting vertical. It's always horizontal.
Sometimes it works. Yeah, I always try to do horizontal too, but sometimes you just, you just got to do it. But so that they were defacing that. Who was that? Christopher Columbus? What was that?
No, that was either the statue of Lafayette or Rochambeau because that's in Lafayette Square.
Yeah,
which is right across the street.
There used to be a bunch of homeless people in Lafayette Square. Not anymore, but because I've been to DC a couple times, but there was a tent city like right there, right by the What?
I mean, I'll take your word for it. I mean, I haven't.
Take my word for it, because I posted a video on my Instagram last year. But keep going. So that's Lafayette Square. They're defacing it. A few park rangers tried to stop them, and then they threw Coca-Cola cans at them or something, Coke Zero cans.
Yeah. So it was a combination of park police, because I mean that is one of their jurisdictions, and then also a park ranger. So he's not law enforcement. He's just the guy that helps.
Did you see that guy we're talking about, the main guy?
Yeah. Where he. And so. I talked to some park police after that, and they were saying they don't know why he decided to go by himself, because that was pretty dangerous. I mean, I understand why he did it, because I mean they were facing American history. But it just shows that this stuff's allowed to happen now, where the mob is the far left mob specifically is big enough to get people to back down, because those were the lessons that were taken away from 2020.
Is that the mob rules? Is that what
Yeah. It's the whole anarcho-tyranny, because the FBI, as Chris Rufo, as an example, posted yesterday. We have a whistleblower here in Texas about stuff's happening with the Children's Hospital and transgender surgeries, and then the FBI shows up at her door to talk to her, and do the whole song and dance. Yeah. So I mean, it just shows. I mean, and here's the thing.
Do you think there's a bunch of FBI people at these protests? Because there's Dallas police that cover just protests, and they were at the Pride Parade that I was at, the Queers for Palestine, which is ridiculous. We should be making fun of Queers for Palestine. But
a few of those.
There's Dallas special protest police that we have here.
Well, for the one here in D.C. At the White House, they didn't have what they call their civil disturbance unit.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason that wasn't stood up, and then the cops weren't in riot gear. So that's why they couldn't really do much, because they didn't have the manpower, and they didn't even have the equipment to do anything, even if they wanted to, which they couldn't. So
they couldn't do anything. Somebody's saying your mic's going in and out. Do we need to change his mic? Okay, all right. I don't know how much they can hear you. We're having mic issues.
we could hear him. It just it was cutting out
Well, I had a Helen Keller that interview, because I couldn't hear him.
Well, actually,
you didn't hear that whole interview?
No. Well, okay, it was a half a Helen Keller, because I could see him, but I couldn't hear him.
Was your pack not on, I guess?
Well,
yeah, there you go. All right, now you can talk. Say something. Can we hear you?
Hola.
Hola. All right, now do we have let's play another protest video, I guess.
Yep.
Where is this?
So that's when the park police were, because they tried to arrest somebody. This was like an hour into the protest. They were trying to arrest somebody for vandalizing one of the statues, and because there's 3 or 4 of them, and you have a whole mob of 50, they try to arrest. The cops try to arrest them because the crowd was so big. They actually got the person away, and since they don't have any protective gear from stuff being thrown at them, they just left. So that's why in the first video they had such an easy time doing that, because there was just no cops around.
Were they smoking weed or anything else kind of weird there? Or what else? What was it? Was it like January 6 vibes? Did it seem like they were having fun, or did they seem like it was?
I mean, they burned an American flag. They were doing their chants and their speeches. So I mean, I guess you could say that they were having fun, but I'm not entirely.
Were there any hot chicks there or no?
No.
Not one attractive woman.
Well, as a general rule of these things, there's not. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see every single one, but.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of. Aren't one of the Gigi Hadids? Aren't they into all this, Jimmy? Is that true?
Yes.
100%. Gigi Hadid. Is she attractive though? Right?
Yeah, she's incredibly attractive.
I don't know who that is.
She's a supermodel.
She's a supermodel.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Well, I guess you don't know anything about supermodels. That's weird.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Like I said, I don't. I mean,
Gigi Hadid is.
I don't know who. No.
I think she's anti-Israel though. Is she getting canceled for that, Jimmy?
I don't know. I know Mia Khalifa got canceled, but I don't know about Gigi Hadid.
She's an actual pornography woman.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Do you know who Mia Khalifa is? Good. That's smart. You're a Christian young man. I only know her from her sports coverage. I've never seen any of her adult content, but she's had some podcasts and some interactions with some sports stars that I've seen. I've never seen her naked or anything.
Oh, she's naked. No?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh, okay.
I would never look at something like that. Have you ever seen a naked woman, Lily?
What?
Have you ever seen?
What is this? What do you do? I'm here to talk about the downfall of America, and you would just go to.
You could argue that naked women are causing America to fall, with all the women joining OnlyFans and ruining their lives. So I think it is pertinent to the crumble of our nation that women showing themselves fully exposed could be part of the cultural rot that we're facing as a country. So I do think that this is pertinent to our conversation.
All right, you got me there.
Have you ever seen boobs?
Yep, yes. I'm more of a foot guy, so.
You're more of a foot guy. That's disgusting, Julio. You know, this is the internet. This is gonna live on forever. Everybody say, "Oh, this is."
Well, no, I've dropped.
Julio, the foot guy.
I've dropped hints on my Twitter. So you know.
What do you mean you've dropped hints?
I've just made references. You know.
Can you elaborate? Like, I mean, that's a nice pair of toes.
No. Let's just say I'm a huge fan of Quentin Tarantino films.
Yeah, he does have a foot fetish.
Django, although Django is my favorite, I would say out of
the movie with the most racial slurs is your favorite.
Yeah. Do you want me? I can say some lines if you want me to. Okay.
We've had enough racial slurs on the show for the month. Okay.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I forgot about that.
And speaking of this, is real quick because we're about to do some riot training and we're going to do some heads-on riot training. Jimmy,
hands-on.
Whatever, dude. No, heads on. I'm going to use my head. So shut up. It's my show, Julio. I'm about to deport your ass if you keep on doing this stuff. I'm going to deport you off my set. We are going to be off all of July 4th. Is that right, Jimmy?
That is correct.
So next week, we're also off on the 27th for the presidential debate. Is that correct?
Well, we're not in studio.
Not in studio. So we might take the day off. We might take a little days off just to see how that goes. I want to give you guys some break. I've worked the crew really hard, Julio. For you and your culture, they're used to working hard. Jimmy is not. His culture.
Well, speaking of that,
Princeton,
perfect time to read this $20 super chat from Black Dog 68. Hey, Jimmy messes up so much, you should have him wear a dog shock collar and tag him each time, kind of like a housebreaking a puppy.
Oh, that's kinky.
Bubba the Love Sponge did that. They did it. They would do it where they'd put it on a person's testicles and shock the testes.
Oh gosh, that's awful.
Yes, it is awful. It is awful. But they would shock the testes, and they would put on women in their private area and shock the
hoo-ha.
The hoo-ha.
Yeah.
So yeah, we might shock you, Jimmy. I don't know. I don't want to get sued by Jimmy anymore. And speaking of, I need to make you sign an NDA as soon as possible, Jimmy, as soon as the show's over. And you, Julio.
I don't want to.
Well, too bad.
Okay.
So you're going to go to jail if you don't sign it. All right, now, Jimmy, you're right. You want me to do some riot training with Julio.
Yeah, so you know how to stay safe when you troll protesters.
Okay.
I'm not wearing this for nothing.
Okay, well, so, we didn't really go over how we want to train. Should we ask the chat, what kind of situation should we do? Were you thinking of any live-action role-play situation? Yeah, pull the pin. Now, that's actually candy.
It's sour spray candy.
Okay. Well, what I was thinking, because I have my gas mask here.
Okay.
Now, my Marine Corps training has come in handy at these things because I'm not always wearing this in the summer because that's
hot. It's
hot.
Uncomfortable. Who wants to wear a big plastic mask in the summer?
So what they would do, the whole point of the tear gas training that we get is that you have to learn how to put this on and clear it after you're exposed to, let's say, CS gas or pepper spray.
All right.
So I don't know. This I don't know if this would be helpful or not, but I could spray you in the face with this.
Okay.
To simulate tear gas.
And then me put it on
and time you.
How do we clear it? Show me how we clear this.
So the way you clear mask, so obviously you put it on, and then I'm gonna have to loosen the straps because this is for my face.
I have a very fat head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, no, I was just saying your face.
You can drop the mic. I don't even think you need the mic.
I don't need the mic anymore?
No.
Okay.
All right. It looks like it's working. Okay. So how do we clear this thing? Because you got a toxic chemical, so they got a nerve gas that they just.
So then you'll put it on your face. You're gonna tighten up the straps once you put it on, and then you're gonna breathe. You're gonna hold this. And then you're gonna breathe out. And then
that clears it out.
And that clears out the air in here because then the filter, obviously, when then we start breathing in, it starts pulling from here.
See, I wore this mask during COVID a lot when I would fly on Spirit Airlines. So I think I would know how to do this. So you're going to spray me first in the face and then I put it on?
Yes, and then we'll see how fast you'll be able to put it on.
Okay.
But I got to...
Yeah, loosen it up for my head, please. Oh my gosh. Okay, so spray me in the face. Oh, it's burning! Oh, it's burning!
No, and then you gotta tighten up the straps because
I'm gonna tighten it up. I'm gonna tighten it up. I'm gonna tighten it up. I'm tight. Oh. Oh my gosh, let me try to pass gas real quick. I'm trying. I can't go. Do you have a sound effect?
You don't have a sound effect on this show?
No, we should have a fart sound effect.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of
that is crazy. Okay.
So that's one thing. Now, obviously, when you're exposed to CS gas, it's a little bit. It's
actually more comfortable than I thought. Is this like a high quality mask?
I mean, yeah. I mean, because yeah, you gotta wear that.
Like, look at this. No, I mean it's on tight. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is like really sucked on my face. You guys see this? I feel like I could BMX bike with this or something. This is really powerful. Okay, so what's another drill that we should do, Julio?
Well, what? Don't Ernest Hemingway yourself, please.
Does Ernest Hemingway commit suicide?
Yeah, he did the old. Well, he was the first Kurt Cobain before Kurt Cobain.
Drink himself. He blew his brains out.
He blew his brains out. Yeah, you didn't know this?
Ernest Hemingway, the great author.
Yes, and yeah.
Why?
You'd have to ask him. I don't know.
How many Twitter followers did he have?
Probably not enough. That's probably what caused. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was being beaten out by some of the others.
If Ernest Hemingway had Twitter, he'd probably still be alive today.
Probably, yeah.
Because he'd have
to get those Elon bucks now.
Yeah, he'd get they're paying me in pure Dogecoin now.
Is that?
I signed an agreement. I gave him my ID. I gave him my social security number. Their headquarters is in Nigeria. Did you know that?
Nigeria.
Yeah.
The country over.
Twitter X support is in Nigeria. This Dakwe, this Nigerian guy, I gave him my social security, my bank account information, and now they're going to just deposit Dogecoin straight into my Bank of America account.
Have you seen any money from that?
No, they took some out because they have to, just to start up my account or whatever, they have to take like $10,000 of my money and then turn it into Dogecoin. They give me right back after my first payment. So like in like 2 weeks, I'm going to get like $20,000 in Dogecoin.
Okay. Well, I hope I hope that works out for you.
Okay, Jimmy, we're losing viewers right now. What do you want me? What did you say? What is this dumbass idea?
You talked about the AOC blow up, so maybe simulate a bunch of AOCs attacking you, like riot training.
Okay, now, all right, we'll do this. So stand up, Julio. So what is the proper procedure? If you have this, you have a big, put your mic in your pocket. So this is a big booty Latina.
But it's the wrong side.
What do you mean it's the wrong side?
Well, if you're being attacked.
Oh, you want that side? No, but you're going to get attacked from the front. That's how an attacker attacks. You don't attack like that unless you're at a gay bar, okay? So, now, this woman is going to attack you. Show me, now...
I can't hit a woman.
You can't hit a woman.
Well, I mean, if she's attacking me, I guess I can.
Yes, you can hit her. So, this woman's about to attack you.
Oh, my gosh. You want me to hit a cardboard...
Yes, I want you to. Yes. Is this hard because she's Latina?
Well, it's mi raza. Yeah.
Would it be easier if we did Kamala Harris?
Actually, yeah.
Okay. All right. So now you're being attacked by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Okay, two people.
I feel like this is gonna. I feel like the Secret Service is gonna make it.
No. Okay. Let's get like this so they can see the people. Now, Julio, get in kind of in a stance. If you're at the protest, and you're filming.
Why is there white stuff on her?
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. Now, wouldn't you normally be filming this?
Yeah.
Okay, so whip out your phone like you're filming.
All right.
And now you're going to get attacked by the President and Vice President of the United States of America.
Okay.
And just show us what to do. Back up a little bit, just a little bit.
Now you want me to back up?
Just a little.
Okay.
Okay, so we're starting out, we're at a protest, and... What do you do? Joe Biden's attacking you. What do you do?
I'm filming.
What do you do? How do you stop Joe Biden? How do you stop him? How do you stop Joe Biden?
He's dead.
No, he's not. No, he's not. How do you stop this? Not good. Okay, now you hold it. Now attack me with this. Let me show you how to really do it. Give me the gas mask.
What are you talking about? The head came off.
No, let me show you how we... First of all, just attack me. Come and attack me.
Hold on.
You blow the guy's brains out, and you rip it, and you get it, you go like this. You kick it. You kick it. You see this? You see that? You see that? Joe Biden, you're dead. That's what we do, okay? And then, once we win the war, this is what we do next. I took out the president, baby. Julio, take notes. You've never done this before. Julio, this is.
You gotta.
Julio, once you defeat.
Flavor it.
Once you defeat your enemy, you go home with a big booty Latina, and you just. I love you. But really, I'm a spy and I'm here to kill you! Ah! And then you take out your enemy by honeypotting.
But see, the goal whenever I'm at these things, the goal is to never get into a fight.
That's gay as hell.
Well, yes, it is. But the thing is that if I don't want
real men, we fight.
If I want to be able to continue to do these things, I gotta avoid confrontation. Oh wow, there's a lot of white stuff on that, man.
This is paint.
No, I'm talking about her. I'm talking about Cowboy Harris.
Was there white stuff on AOC? Do not tell my girlfriend. Do not tell my girlfriend there's any white stuff on AOC. All right, Julio, where can people find you and support you before we go?
So they can obviously. Oh wow, I got it on myself too.
Yeah, that's what happens in a riot. You get wet and dirty.
That's how we like it.
That's okay.
Find me at The Blaze. Find me at Twitter at Julio_Rosas11 and on Instagram at Julio A. Rosas. Got some interesting stuff coming up in the next few weeks, so I'm excited for it.
Like what?
Well, we got the protests at the RNC, the protests.
You're
at
excited for that? You think that's gonna be wild?
We've been over.
Go. I know we talked about. Should I go?
We've been over this, Alex. I've told you. I get.
This is the problem. With Jimmy the other day, this guy was protesting me outside of a city council, and Jimmy got in his car and didn't even drive off. Just got in his car and watched it from afar. I don't know if Jimmy could handle going to an actual protest with real people. Like he could go to like a trans rally protest, a bunch of.
Well, I just saw
points.
Riot Training. I feel a lot more educated now.
So now you would go with me to one of these serious protests?
Oh, 100%. Because I know what to do now.
He's not gonna make it. I'm just being straight up right now.
He's
not gonna make it.
He's a gringo from Princeton.
You went to Princeton?
Stand up. Look how short his shorts are. Stand up and show him how short your shorts are, Jimmy. Stand up. Just stand up.
Serious?
Straight up. Just straight up.
Look, I just.
Jimmy, where did you get those shorts, dude? Is that like a Ken doll? Where did you get those shorts?
I don't know. My wife ordered them for me on Amazon. She said it's a new
your
style.
wife is going to order you clothes to make you purposely look bad so other women are not attracted to you.
I mean, I don't think that's never been a concern.
I just
Attracting
can't
other
believe you put
women.
on those pants and came to an actual workplace. That's
this is not a professional workplace.
I know. Yes, it is. This blimp is professional as hell. This blimp is professional as hell. So chill out.
It's a great blimp.
It's a great blimp, and it's a professional blimp over there, Ricky Martin. Livin' La Vida Loca. Ever heard of it?
Yeah, it's a great song. I have it on my Spotify.
The best songs. Ricky Martin's not gay. Stop.
He's pretty.
No, he's not.
We have a word for that in Spanish, actually. Do you want? Well, I don't know if I could say it.
Homosexual.
Well, there's other words. I don't know.
Homosexuality.
I don't want to be the reason that you guys.
Why? Does terms of service translate Spanish?
Well, that's. I mean, I don't.
Is it a slur like the?
Yeah. Well, it's a slur. Yeah.
All right, we'll pass. All right, all right, guys. Thank you for supporting. And then we want to say one thing. Richard, come here and shout out your mom. Come on, we got a diehard super fan.
We also got CastBrew.
Come on, hurry up. The show's got to end. Say, Richard, your mom, Christina. She just retired. We love you, Christina. What do you want to say to mom?
Mom, we love you. Shout out from the studio. Hope you're having a great one. Thanks for watching.
Yes, you created a great son. All right, guys, we end the show the same way with a freestyle finale. DJ, hit that beat. All right, Julio. We don't have the mic. Oh, the mic's over here, yo. Yo, Julio. Now you got to go. You are a bitch ass hoe. Wearing the riot gear. What? Are you super queer? AOC on my bed. Yes, I did. Get some head till I'm dead. Right said Fred. What can I do? Be next to you. Big booty Latina. I love you so much. Where are you, AOC? I love you. AOC, look. This is what transgender AOC looks like. Look at that! Oh my God, AOC! Transgender AOC! Julio, transgender AOC!
Better get that away from.
Yeah, do not touch that. All right, guys, hit the like button, hit the the subscribe button. Go follow Julio. I love you guys. Peace and good night.